What do you think so as you think about the business from 2022, 2023 to 2024, I guess you personally, right? What's your kind of your mindset coming into the new year?
Mindset coming to the new year is progress and growth on kind of what I just said. But I think, right, we have the drip company that we started, the Ivy Hydration Company. That's a little side value piece that starts out with our members, but I think solidifying the whole logistical background for that, because it is part of that 8Well entity in that sense, branching out. And I think that that's a really awesome thing that could grow for us. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think for the space in and of a whole, right, looking forward to looking at a bigger space, looking at how we can actually for ourselves, right? I have my clientele, we have our training hours, be able to be a lot better at dictating those to 1, 2, 3, 4 more trainers, I think is going to be the biggest step mentally for me and for us in that sense, right? I think you can agree on that, and like getting the business getting the business to be way more efficiently rolling on its own in that sense, and looking at it that way, and like being able to actually instill that and do those things. And having a real team, a real like wellness team put into play for people to create way more value, right? And like kind of solidify stuff, where sometimes in the beginning things can feel like they're kind of all being pieced together rather than, or like the train's rolling, but the track's being laid down just in front of the train.
Yeah, when you're building a business, right, it's like you build a plane as you're falling. And hopefully, right, it takes off before you hit the ground.
Yeah, and so now it's like, 2023 was like trying to fuel the plane in midair after we built it in midair, and now hopefully 2024 is we're cruising a little bit. We could sit a little bit and look at the inside of the plane now and really pick apart things and refine things and build a kitchen in the plane and a bar in the plane, right? Like those kind of things.
I agree. I think the mindset is definitely refining processes for growth, right? And then secondary to that, right, is kind of this steady growth side point, because you can't have growth without the processes in place.
100%.
How do you feel, right, as you're kind of thinking about this process of mindset, but the thought of even, I need a new mindset for the new year.
So
right.
So right
as
away,
we kind of get into this thought
as we have these conversations, and as we're living in this current moment of November, the last day of November, but December 1st, this will be released right before the new year. As everyone that's hopefully listening is having that mindset, you hear and see these things all the time, right? New Year's, new year, new me, New Year's resolution, blah, 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 blah. I think that right off the bat, I like it and I hate it. I always have. I think there's always new opportunity. It's cool, right, to put a date or a finite period. Like a quantifiable point to start, and
because it's something you can hold yourself against.
Yeah, do something. It creates accountability. It puts something in a box, and you can see what's in that box, and it's not venturing out anywhere, right? It's very specific. But I like it for that point, but I hate it because it can be very vague or very just not translating to consistent growth in the long haul of someone's life, right? The long-term growth of them sustaining success in whatever venture they're trying to do,
Yeah, I think with that, similarly, I have the same sentiment, right? I like it for reasons, and I hate it for most reasons. I've never set a New Year's resolution. I think, and I feel that I don't like them so much because I think they're like crash diets.
Yeah.
Right? You say you're going to do these things, and you probably hope to do them, but most fail. And they fail because you're saying you're going to do something that you typically probably can't take out of your lifestyle, and you can't just do it on January 1st just because you're saying you're going to do it, right? You didn't build anything in place to actually be able to remove it, or to be able to add this thing. So it's, I'm going to work out 3 times a week. That's my New Year's resolution. Okay, how are you going to accomplish that?
Yeah.
Did you put any process in place, right? Did you set the hour? Did you put that hour in your calendar, right? Did you allocate time to make sure you can get to the gym, right? Are you going to leave work early? Are you going to work late, right? Are you going before work, right? You got to think about these things before just saying, oh, I'm just not going to eat chocolate, right? Or something like that, right? It's all right.
Yeah.
What is it going to be?
Yeah.
How are you actually going to accomplish these
And
things?
that's what we talk about on this segment of the podcast, is planning, putting things into place that hopefully become habits and don't have to be so far or so have to be so reachable, or so much effort has to be taken to put them down on a calendar. They just become what it is, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to we don't have to write down that we're going to work out.
Yeah.
It just happens because our
I would-
hours fall into place.
I would not be
Yeah.
myself if I didn't work out,
Yeah.
right? I wouldn't feel right.